Good day, everyone. For this video, we'll be discussing about the properties or the different states of matter. So you have here the solid, the liquid, and the gas. So to start with, we have here the properties of solids. So they have stronger attractive forces than liquids and gases. As you can see, since they have stronger attractive forces towards each other, their arrangement is closely packed towards each other, and thus limited movement is only allowed since the molecules are arranged properly and close to each other. Number two, particles are orderly arranged and not free to move around. So compared to liquids and gases, solids are not free to move or to move around because of their pattern of arrangement. Limited to vibrations while remain in fixed positions. So, as you've learned earlier during the kinetic molecular theory, it states that there is like a gap between molecules or particles. So, here, the particles are allowed to move back and forth, up and down, creating vibrations. Fixed volume and shape as prevalent in its arrangement of particles or molecules in a solid, and compress even less than liquids and hardly diffuse. So here is an illustration of a solid. So take note that the movement here is limited since there is only a little space between the particles and they have a stronger attraction towards each other. On the other hand, we have here the liquid, the properties of liquid. So they have strong attractive forces, just like solid, but lesser than the solids, of course. Particles particles are close together. Still, as you've noticed here, there is short distance between the particles, and there is still connection between these particles or attraction between these particles. And we call it as intermolecular forces earlier. So particles move over only short distances, allow liquids to flow, and take shape of their container. That's because of their intermolecular forces of attraction. They compress only very slightly and have higher densities than gases. They fuse more slowly than gases. So in terms of densities, liquids have their definite volume, but however, they could copy the shape of its container. Lastly, on the state of matter, we also have what you call as the gas. So these are very weak or they have very weak attractive forces. Since as you've noticed in a gas, there is like a random arrangement in gases where the particles are far away from each other. So there is little to no attraction at all between gas particles. That's why very weak attractive forces. Particles are free to move randomly and they are in continuous random motion based on the postulate we discussed in the kinetic molecular theory. Compressible and they fuse through one another easily. So they can move freely from one another. That is a gas. So these are again the states of matter. We have the solid, which are closely packed towards each other, having a stronger intermolecular attraction towards each other or forces towards each other. The liquid, which has shorter distance. However, they still possess attraction from one particle to another, causing it to flow and at the same time to copy the shape of its container. That's for liquid. And for gas, they are in continuous random motion. So there is little to weak or little to no attraction at all between these particular particles of gas.